Welcome back to the first 50. Today we're on lesson 14, and it's a small command with big consequences. MV picture. Tom staring at his downloads folder. It's chaos. Files like reportfinal.pdf, image202.jpg, untitled.docs scattered everywhere. He needs to rename some and move others into proper folders. Now he could copy each file with CP and then delete the original with RM, but that's 2 steps and it's easy to slip up. There's a cleaner way, one command that handles both jobs. That's MV, short for move. And here's the key thing to remember. Unlike CP, the source file doesn't stick around, it relocates, so be intentional. So what exactly does MV do? Here's the clever part. It's one command with 2 jobs, and Linux decides which job to do based on the destination you give it. If you point MV at a new file name in the same folder, it renames the file. If you point it at a folder, it relocates the file. Same syntax, totally different action. And in both cases, the source vanishes. MV transfers the file, it doesn't copy it. That's why there's no separate rename command in Linux. MV already does it all. Let's try the rename mode first. Tom starts with 2 files, draft.ext and notes.txt. He runs mv draft.ext final.ext, same shape as a CP command, source then destination. But look what happens when he lists the folder again. Draft.ext is gone and final.ext has taken its place. If this had been CP, both files would still be sitting there. With MV, the original vanishes. That's the whole difference in one line. Now for the second job, move mode. The trick here is what sits at the end of the command. If that last argument is an existing folder, MV doesn't rename anything, it relocates. Watch Tom line up 2 files, report.pdf and invoice.pdf, and send them both into documents with a single command. The originals disappear from where they were and reappear inside the folder, names completely untouched. And yes, just like with CP, you can move many files at once. The last argument is always the destination. Let's pull it all together with the 3 patterns you'll meet every single day. If both arguments are file names sitting in the same folder, MV renames. If the second argument ends with a slash and points to an existing folder, MV relocates. And if you're working with folders themselves, MV handles them natively, no R flag required, which is the big difference from CP. Recognize the shape of the command and you'll know instantly what's about to happen. Let's watch Tom put this into practice. His downloads folder has the usual chaos, a mystery PDF, a camera named photo, and that classic final v2 document. First, he renames each one in place, giving them names his future self will actually recognize. Then he creates 2 destination folders and moves the files where they belong. Documents with documents, pictures with pictures. Same command, both jobs, one tidy result. But here's where MV hides a sharp edge. If you move draft.txt onto an existing important.txt, the destination gets silently overwritten, and because MV removes the source, draft.txt vanishes too. That's 2 files gone in a single keystroke, no warning, no undo. The safety net is the I flag MV, I asks before overwriting, giving you one last chance to say no. Many people alias MV to MV, I permanently, a small habit that has saved countless files. In real workflows, MV almost never travels solo. It teams up with other commands you've already met. Pair it with CP when you're unsure. Copy first as a backup, then move, so a mistake costs you nothing. Pair it with mkdir to organize. Make the folder, then sweep files into it. And pair it with ls on both sides. Check the file names before, confirm the result after. Trust, then verify. Now it's your turn. 4 minutes, 3 tiny exercises. Set up a practice folder with a few empty text files and a back directory, then work through the patterns. First, rename a.txt to renamed txt and watch the original disappear. Next, move b.txt into the back folder and confirm it landed there. Finally, try MV with the I flag, answer in when it asks, and feel how that safety net works in practice. And that's lesson 14 complete. You can now create, copy, move, and rename. That's real file management power in your hands. But next up is the big one, rm, the delete command. There's no recycle bin in Linux, no undo, no second chances. So lesson 15 is all about using it safely and learning the one command that has ended careers. See you in the Stage 03 finale.